It's time for another Bass Pro Tour recap. Hello, my name is Greg Underdahl, and this is Angling Uploaded. Appreciate you stopping by. We're going to talk about the Bass Pro Tour. This was the knockout round today on Lake Okeechobee, and I am a cameraman. If you've not seen my videos before, I am a cameraman for Major League Fishing. And I was paired up today with Michael Neal, and this is the first time that pretty sure it's the first time I've ever worked with Michael Neal. And started off the day, let's see, I'm trying to remember, it seems like a long time ago now. And can you tell how red my face is, by the way? I did not use enough sunscreen, obviously. So most of this, we had a beautiful day today. I think it got into the mid-80s. Lots of sun. Most of this is actually sunburn. I did put sunscreen on, but obviously I didn't put enough on. Some of it's windburn, but it's mostly sunburn. So, yeah. So first time filming with Michael Neal. Young guy, young gun, and the future looks very, very bright for Michael Neal. And he, right out of the gate, we went down. We were actually fishing on the, it'd be the north end of Okeechobee. And he was swimming a jig, and he found this flat. I mean, I'm sure he found it in practice. But it was just, he tore him up pretty good that first period. So he pretty much solidified his place in the top 8. That's what they take for this day in the knockout round. The top 8 move on to tomorrow, the championship round. He caught them very, very good on a swimming a jig. And I'm trying to. One thing that I noticed, he's sponsored by Affco. And for the longest time, I've been kind of things have really changed in the fishing industry. When I first, 20 plus years ago, when I first really got kind of plugged in to the fishing industry, I was really annoyed that there weren't companies making fishing specific clothing. And boy, the times have totally changed. And Affco, this sounds like a commercial. I don't mean it to be, but Michael's sponsored by Affco, and I've just seen their clothing, and I've been super impressed with it. I won't go on and on about this, but I do think it's really awesome to be a fisherman now, that we have so many great lures, so much incredible technology, and we have clothing now that doesn't make us look like D-bags out on the water. Like, we're cool. So, I don't know. I just thought I'd share that. Affco. And let's see here. I'm looking at my notes. One thing that was cool during, I think it was the first period break between period 1 and period 2. Rob Newell, the on the water reporter, and Dave Appleton, the videographer, who I've worked with a ton. Dave actually used to be my boss at my first job out of college, Bass Pro Shops. They, during the first period break, they came over and they did a talk, just kind of, they call them hits on the live show. And they did a talk with Michael about his first period. He was in first place the first period. He shot up the score tracker very quickly. But they did a talk with Michael, and he was I don't know. He's great to work with. He's great on camera, and the other thing that I'm impressed with is how great Rob Newell is doing these on the water. Gosh, my face seems really red right now. I'm sorry. I'm kind of like zoning out a bit. I appreciate you sticking with me here. This has been the fifth day, and I'm kind of in a trance. I look at the whole day. I look through like this eye, too. So my eyesight is, because my viewfinder's right here. So I'm looking through this and my eyesight's all messed up. So I hate to go on a tangent here, but my brain is kind of fried. Anyway, so yeah, Rob Newell is, I've known Rob now. I've worked with Rob on doing the Major League Fishing Cups events since the beginning, like in 2001. And Rob is a reporter. He's been a reporter for a long time, but in print, doing, I guess a better term would be a writer. He's been a writer, so doing this on-camera stuff is a newer thing for Rob. And I mean, it's just like second nature for him. Been very, very impressed with Rob. So, and he's a friend of mine, and I'm really happy for him that he's doing this gig. So, thought I'd share that with you. Yeah. So the period 3. So period 2 was really, really slow for Michael. He tried a different area. And that area, it was still in the north end of Lake Okeechobee, but it was pretty dead. So period 2 was pretty, just nothing happening for Michael. So in period 3, the Major League officials decided to move me, and they moved me to a guy that was making a charge above the cut line. So you had to be above that 8th place cut line to move on to the championship round. And the angler that they switched me to was Kevin VanDam. And I've worked with Kevin a ton. Really, I mean, I did retail videos when I was a very young man, like in my early 20s or mid to early 20s, for Bass Pro Shops with Kevin. I did a video called Pitching the Heavy Hitters. I've worked with him on the TV show that they had at the time. So I know Kevin very, very well. And one of the things that's kind of the most nerve-wracking, elements of this job is when you do a transfer, when, the MLF, they if they don't have a camera on a guy that's really making a charge, they got to get a camera on him. So making that transfer from the transfer boat to the angler boat, especially when the angler is trying to get above that cut line, is like the most tense situation, But Kevin knows me. He knows I've been doing this a long time, and I jumped on the boat and got a mic on him really quick, and got a mic on his boat official, and everything happened, quickly. Problem is that, and I hate this idea that a cameraman can be a bad omen. I mean, I despise this idea. But what happened is I got on the boat with him, and he missed some fish, but he wasn't able to get another scoreable bass for the rest of the period, and he wasn't able to make it over the cut. But man, the whole time, he was just, if you saw the live stream, he was just going 100 miles an hour. And Kevin really doesn't know how to do things slower than 100 miles an hour. I've gone to dinner with Kevin before, and even like ordering dinner, it's like precise and efficient and only the best, and he wants me to order only the best. So everything is like perfection and quick and efficient. And also, like our boat ride, going back to the ramp, Kevin it was just balls out, pedal to the metal. And Okeechobee is super shallow, and you have these lanes of between vegetation. And I mean, it was like a Hollywood, like a chase scene or something. It was super dramatic, going through these cuts, through vegetation and reeds, going 60 plus miles an hour. And it's just like, it's not like we're in a hurry to do anything. It's just, Kevin's like, that's how he goes. Everything's like that. But I love him, and it's always, I told him, I said, at the end when he dropped me off at the boat ramp, I told him it's always good to work with him, and I do consider him my friend. He's we've had a lot of memorable shoots together, and the thing that I enjoy most about this job, I enjoy filming. It's an adventure. That's probably what I enjoy about it most, is that it's the adventure of it. But it's the behind. It's when you get off the water and the relationships that you develop with these guys off the water, and real friendships. So that's what I really cherish. Let's see. I don't want to forget anything here. So I had a question I wanted to answer from YouTube, one of the viewers of the Angling Uploaded YouTube channel. Appreciate you guys watching. Norm Shaver, he says, what is the selection process for who gets a cameraman to start the day? Norm, so here's the reality. I want to think in my head that they're putting the greatest cameraman with the angler that they see as the best chance of winning, right? So in my head, my ego, I'm always thinking, oh, I'm so great. They're putting me with the angler that they think's going to win. Well, I'm friends with the main producer. Well, one of the main producers, one of the big wigs. Okay, Randy White here at Major League Fishing. In fact, his room is like, I think, either there or there. So he might even be hearing me doing this nonsense right now. But I drove him to the boat ramp today, and he even told me that it is completely, there's no favoritism. It's completely random. So I don't know exactly the selection process. I think really all it is basically picking names out of a hat, and it's just, because the reality is we've got a fantastic group of camera guys, and they're all, top notch. So in my head, I'd like to think that I'm being put with the best angler, but the angler that they think's going to win it. But it's random, I think. So there it is. That's the video. I need to get this uploaded, and hope you like the video. Hope you like Angling Uploaded. If you do, support the channel. Subscribe. Thanks, guys.